Hi, I'm Dr. Sharisa Urbano, and I want to welcome you to Principles of Biology, Biology 111. I'm here to give you an introductory, usually it's an orientation, but today it's going to be a really informal introduction from the beaches of Bay City State Park. So stay with us and we'll give you the information you need to get started. All right, so the first thing we need to start with is course materials. What do you need to purchase to be able to successfully complete Bio 111 online? Because we're a lab class, a science lab class, you'll need two items. One comes from the publishing company. Our publishing company is McGraw-Hill, and so you need to purchase a McGraw-Hill Connect Plus access to our Hoefnagels textbook. All of this is in frequently asked questions. It'll be in the email that I send you. But the textbook we're using is Hoefnagels, Essentials of Biology. And there's three ways, you have three options for this. You can simply purchase, and here's what I would recommend, a 14-day free trial period to all the materials you need to get started. So 14-day free trial to the ebook, 14-day free trial to all the assignments that are embedded in McGraw-Hill, and that will let you know if you're a good candidate for completing Bio 111 online successfully. If you find that the technology is not for you, then that free trial doesn't cost you anything. If you know for sure that you're a great online student, then you might want to just sign up for the Connect Plus site with McGraw-Hill, and you can, when you register for that site, actually purchase a 3-hole punch full copy version of the textbook. It's much less expensive than a regular hardbound textbook. I think it's about $20 to $25 if you sign up for that by clicking the tab when you register for McGraw-Hill Connect. And the third option is, of course, is just to go the old-fashioned way, which is to sign up for McGraw-Hill Connect because you need that for your exams and for all of your homework, most of your homework, and then purchase a hard copy of the textbook, and those are available in the bookstore or directly from the publisher. Okay, so I might go directly through the publisher. McGraw-Hill Connect, Hoefnagels is the book, and you'll receive that information either from my WordPress site or in my email. The second thing you need is the lab component. Okay, so two things to purchase. This lab component, as I said before, we're not going to be using the lab kit in fall 2020. Instead, we're going to be using all digital labs. And so those digital labs can be purchased directly from esciencelabs.com, and you'll see that website on my WordPress site. So you could go there and order the non-majors general biology digital labs. Okay, you need two things: publisher's textbook, eScience Labs. Thanks. About things that are different because of COVID. So fall 2020 and most likely winter 2020, there'll be a few differences for Bio 111 online. The first one of those differences is you will not be required to come to campus. You will not be required to come to campus for an orientation. Instead, there'll be a checklist for you to go through that will all be detailed in the email that I send out 1 week before classes start. If you can work your way through that checklist on your own, you'll be fine to get started and dive into week 1 assignments. The second thing is there will be no on-campus testing. So usually you come to the testing center at Delta College or make alternate arrangements for our 3 100-point exams, and instead we'll be doing all exams totally online using the McGraw-Hill site. They will be timed exams, so let me know if that's going to be a problem for you. And you'll be using Lockdown Browser, so make sure you download that and are familiar with how to use Lockdown Browser for your quizzes and your exams. The third thing that's different is the labs. Because of the demand for online lab materials, eScience Company, we're not going to use the online lab kit, so you might see some references on our e-learning page or references on my WordPress site or in the other videos that you're going to watch, parts 2, 3, and 4 about the lab kit from eScience Labs. And this semester, and most likely winter semester, we will not be using the lab kit. We'll be using all digital labs. So I'll give you links to those digital labs and how to get started with that in some of the upcoming videos. Thank you.
So this is considered a writing course. We're going to write to learn. And of course, much of that will happen on the discussion board in D2L. These secrets of success have to do with how to make sure and ensure right from the beginning that you are geared up and ready to go for online learning. So the best way to be successful is to recognize that you're probably in this class because you need greater flexibility. So you can be flexible in scheduling your time around completing the assignments, yet they do need to be completed each week. So you still have to have enough time in your schedule weekly to complete the assignments. You don't have to wait till the due date. You can do these assignments a couple days early. There's even some flexibility for turning them in a little bit late with a small penalty, but just be sure to keep up with the classwork week by week. You need a reliable, fast-speed internet connection. You need to be committed to your own education and learning process because you are the one that will be working your way through the entire course, labs, and lecture. And it also helps to be a risk taker. This is a new way of learning. Many of you might be at this for the first time. Some of you have had other online classes, so it's all about who's up for the challenge. And I'm up for the challenge because I'm the character in yellow with the yellow shirt in the middle of this whitewater rapid, which is a Class 4 rapid on the Salmon River in Idaho a couple summers ago. So I love new challenges. I will be acting as your teacher, but more as your coach. So when I teach in an online environment, I think of myself as more of a coach. So online learning puts the focus really on you, the student, as a player and a participant and an active learner. So you will be engaged each week with all of the activities that are planned. And I'll be your guide, your coach, your performance analyzer. And my job is to help set you up in the groove of the rapid, as you see entering a rapid on the left-hand side, so you can avoid the pitfalls that you see the big crew going into on the rapid in the right. So I'll help to guide you, but you really need to be the one doing the paddling. So you as a student or a player in this course need to recognize that you've already invested quite a bit of money. That's about $800 to sign up for the course, pay the technology fee, pay the lab fee, and purchase the textbooks and the eScience lab kit. So I hope you're committed to do your best. I hope that you already know that you have a time requirement each week like you would in a face-to-face class. For those people taking Bio 111 face-to-face, they are showing up to class for 6 hours a week. And since they're taking a college-level science class, it's another hour to 2 hours outside of class expected. So if you have at least 10 to 16 hours a week that you can set aside for completing this course, you are very, very likely to be successful. If you don't have that kind of time, then you probably signed up for the wrong class, a science lab class online. The best way to get started, though, is to establish a routine, a weekly routine right from the beginning. I call that weekly routine the learning cycle, so you'll see references to the learning cycle as we go through the class. Another important key to success is to read the details, to be very detail-oriented. Read and follow directions carefully. It's all in the details. If you try to skim read or you try to skip the directions, it's very likely you'll have to go back and pick up things that you're not understanding because you really missed some of that detail as you went through too quickly. Communicate, communicate, communicate. If you miss some of those details or you're not detail-oriented, the first people to go to is your lab team. So you'll see that I've got everyone set up in lab teams online on the discussion board. Get to know your teammates, rely on them, ask them questions. If all else fails, of course, you can ask me questions by email, by text message, Usually when I'm teaching online, I'm only a quick text message or email away, and I respond very quickly, always within the 24-hour period, and sometimes, within 24 seconds, because I'm online too. So be prepared, be prepared. There will be some rough water along the way in case, in cases where technology goes down. Have a backup plan. Keep things organized on your desktop or in a specific folder dedicated to Bio 111. And as long as you are prepared and have the time and the commitment and the desire to finish this class, I feel pretty confident that we can all be successful this semester. All right, and here's what we're going to be successful at. The Principles of Biology Bio 111 course at Delta College is subdivided into 3 units. Those units include Unit 1 on cells and the scientific method, Unit 2 on genetics, both Mendelian and a little bit of molecular genetics with DNA and RNA, structure and function, and then Unit 3 on evolution and ecology. So that's where we're headed, and my hope is that we're all successful.